Courtney, I'm going to start this again. Do you guys mind? Because I want to make sure everybody has this. We haven't really gotten into it yet, but I almost forgot to record. So thank you, Courtney. But really, your social media post invites will rarely ever get engagement. So what I'm going to be giving you today is the steps to make all your other posts, like, they have the meat of it, so that when you do posts, these invite posts, people will still want to see them. Because what's happening is they might not engage in those posts, but they're watching you. You know they're watching you. They're sitting back. They're reading your stuff. They might not like it, or they might not comment on it, but they're watching that post. And in business, it's proven that it can take up to 7 exposures for someone to want to work with you. And that could take up to 6 months, depending on the person. 6 months, can you believe that? Or more, sometimes years. Courtney, it took you 2. So, it's a prime example that sometimes now is not the right time, but had I not kept talking about the coach opportunity, would you have come to me? Probably not, right? So this is why personal messages are way more effective at getting interest than public social media posts. So you need to start reconnecting with your contact list ASAP. ASAP. So the moral of the story is no one's going to probably comment or engage in those posts. It can take months for a new person to want to engage with you. So this is why you need to start personal messages. They're way more effective than your social media posts. It's just going to happen. However, you are in a social media driven business. Social media is your job. So what I want you to do for the other posts you're putting up there, and we will go back and we'll talk about those challenge posts and coach op posts and things like that, so how you can make them a little bit more engaging. But right now, what I want you to do, either after this call is done or take some time tomorrow to do this, is I want you to look at your timeline. You may have a like page. You may just be working on your profile page. Whatever it is, I want you to look at both if you have both. And I want you to go back for the last month or 2 months or even 3 months if you really want to dive into this. And I want you to ask the following questions. And I've got a lot of questions for you guys. So the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, how many times per day are you posting? If you're only posting once a day, maybe not even that, so like 0 to 1 a day, that's your problem right there. No one's seeing your posts. Once a day is not enough. If that's happening, Facebook will ensure that nobody sees your posts. I'm serious. Facebook will ensure nobody sees your posts. They only reserve everybody seeing your posts for the big guns. You need to make sure that you're posting more. You need to be posting 3 to 5 times a day, especially on your like page, but also on your profile page, because that, if you're not going to always see the most recent things at the top. You're going to see the most relevant to whatever the person who has liked your page or who you're friends with. They only see who's relevant, who they normally comment on. So if they're not seeing your posts, you need to keep adding to their feed so they can eventually see one of your posts. And their new algorithm now isn't even about when they flip through the phone. It used to be if they liked it, you'll start showing up on their feed now. Crazy technology now, I kid you not. This is how it works, and you're going to need to know this, and I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. When they flip through the phone now, somehow, magically, Facebook will actually take, when you look at a photo and you pause for a second, then you keep scrolling, Facebook now knows when you've paused on that photo. You don't even have to like it or comment on it. You just need to pause for more than a second, and Facebook will start showing that person's stuff in their feed more often. This is how crazy it is. So if you're not posting, they're not going to show your stuff. That's just what's happening. So you need to be posting 3 to 5 times a day, and make sure you're inviting often. Just once every couple of weeks is not enough. No one's going to see those posts. You need to be inviting every couple of days, and it needs to be at different times. You can't do it at the same time every day, because the people who come on at 8:00 at night are not the same people who come on at noon. So if you want to get those noontime people, you need to post it at noon every once in a while. Am I right? So make sure that you're posting often, but you're posting at different times of the day. Okay, so that's your first question. How many times a day are you posting? The second question is, what are you posting about? Are you only posting, say, your workouts? If this is your like page, especially if this is your like page, nobody knows who you are. The only people who care about your workouts at this point in time are your friends and family who have liked your page just to help you out. If all you're doing is posting a sweaty photo, they're just seeing some stranger who's posting sweaty workout pics all day. They don't care. It might be inspiring, maybe, but it's not enough to build trust. And what you're trying to do with these posts is build trust. Build trust and likability so that they'll want to work with you. If you're only posting sweaty pics, well, A, you're not letting them know that you're a coach. B, you're not letting them know that you have a challenge group, you have this coach opportunity, or you have this amazing superfood nutritious shake that you absolutely love. Nobody's going to know about this. Nobody's going to know you have a business. They're just going to think that you have a page where you post sweaty pics to. No one's going to follow you. So you need to do more. So what you can do is choose 3 to 5 interests that you have. It could be anything. You could just love cats. You could love being a PTA mom. You could love your church. It doesn't matter. Choose 3 to 5 interests that you love, that mean something to you, and commit to posting about them every day, especially on your profile page. I mean, if you want to talk about health and fitness all the time on your like page, that's one thing. But if it's on your profile page, talk about your life. Your life is more than just a workout, right? People need to, this is how they're going to trust you, is to understand that you're more than just someone who works out every day. You have other interests, so post about them. And then your fitness photos should only be one of those photos every day. So out of your 3 to 5 posts a day, only one should be a fitness related post. And make sure you're in those photos. Okay, so sorry, I got a bit of a cold. So yes, Heather. I can't hear. Oh, why can't I hear you? Are you on mute? You can't hear me? Type it in the chat. Can you see the chat? I'll just drink. I heard you there. Is your microphone down low maybe?
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay. I don't know where I would even try to find that. I just turned up my volume. I don't know.
That might be it then. I'll reiterate your question.
All right. Oh, you just said post about fitness once a day. Does that mean Beachbody as a whole, or a workout, Shakeology? Like,
well, I wouldn't post about Shakeology every day. You really want, I mean, that's just your fitness photos. You can talk about nutrition. Like if you love health and fitness, you can talk about nutrition. It's a different thing. It's just if all you're doing is saying, I'm going to throw up my sweaty photo today. And then your next one is an inspiring pic of someone who just ran and it's got something over top of it. It's just all fitness, 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 fitness. Make it more than just fitness. Does that make sense?
yes, that does. But let's invite to a challenge group or to coaching or something. Would you consider that the same? Like,
no.
An invite in the evening.
Yeah, I would do 2 separate ones. It is something different. Yeah.
Okay.
But switch up the photo that you're putting on there. Don't put your sweaty pic on it. Put something else. Okay. Right? Just vary the photos that you're putting up there. Okay?
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so the other thing, if you haven't been doing, is sharing your transformation story or your journey. You might not have a transformation story. That's okay. But share your journey. But share it deliberately. So, because not everybody knows your story, or they might forget if you only posted every 2 months, they might forget what your story is. They need that extra inspiration from you. So post about your story or your progress so far at least once a week. You could do it every Thursday if you want, like a throwback Thursday. You can talk about your story. You can throw up transformation pics. You can talk about, before I started Beachbody, I was here. Now that I've been doing this, this is what's happened in my life. People, that's how people are going to go, oh my gosh, I want to do what she did. I didn't know that she did X, Y, and Z. And you can just give them little aspects of your story. You don't have to give them the full-blown version. You can talk about one little aspect, like your fitness story. And then maybe next week you might talk about your nutrition story, or maybe your financial story. Like, pick one little piece so you're not having to reiterate the whole story all the time, and it keeps people more engaged. So you want to share your transformation story or your progress story so far, because this is going to help them to get to know you. It's going to build trust when they see your invite post, and it helps them to connect with you as a person and get motivated by you and get inspired by you. So post those at least once a week. The other thing, this is my big one, it's my big pet peeve as well. Are you a walking billboard for Beachbody? So if you scroll through your pictures and your posts, do you just see Beachbody, 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 Beachbody? Do you see corporate photos all the time? Do you see the containers constantly, Shakeology all the time? If that's it, no wonder nobody's giving you any traction. They think you're a salesman. I'm sorry, if you don't want to be salesy, don't sell the products. You have a service, so share your services. I'm going to cough. Sorry about that. People don't want to see these photos, and focus groups that Facebook has. Facebook holds focus groups like daily. This is why they change constantly. And their focus groups have proved that people don't want to see those types of posts, and therefore Facebook will deliberately decrease your reach. They know what those photos kind of look like, and they will not share they will ensure that nobody sees those photos. So don't use them. And the biggest reason, and even if you pay to boost those ads with all of, the 21-day fix containers and workouts and blah, 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 and Shakeology, you're not showing potential customers who you are and what you have to offer. You're just showing them that you have something to sell them. And sorry, but coaches, there's 400,000 coaches in North America. What makes you any different? You just threw up a picture. It's like you didn't even care. All they're going to see is someone trying to sell them products. You need to emphasize your services as a coach, because this is what I want you guys to write this down, because I'm very passionate about this. You guys do not work for Beachbody. You guys work for you. You are a business owner that utilizes Beachbody products to help your customers get results. You don't work for Beachbody. You're just an affiliate for Beachbody. You could be making X amount of money on the side if you wanted to charge for your coaching. But Beachbody makes it easier for you to help your customers get results because they have amazing products. So your customers need to know what you have to offer, not what Beachbody has to offer, because they don't even know what Beachbody is. Stephanie brought up already this morning. She said she was at the gym, and the guy at the gym said, oh yeah, I have Turbo Jam and Beachbody. And she had to explain that Beachbody owns Turbo Jam. Nobody knows what Beachbody is. Nobody knows. So when you do these posts, try talking about the programs without even mentioning anything about Beachbody names. Don't mention Beachbody. Don't mention 21-Day Fix. Don't mention Autumn Calabrese. Don't mention any of that. Try making a post where it's just you talking about what you have to offer, what you offer in your challenge groups. Try to talk about the fitness program. What does that have to offer? What solution does the fitness program, Shakeology, and your coaching have to offer, has to solve their problem? because that's what you're doing. You're solving someone's problem, but you're using Beachbody products to do that. So I hope that makes sense, that you are an actual business owner. You just use Beachbody's products to help your customers get their results. That's what you do. It's kind of empowering and scary all at the same time when you realize that you could actually be making money without Beachbody if you wanted to. It's just they make it so easy for you to make a good living. Why would you, right? So try talking about Beachbody without even mentioning their names. Don't be a walking billboard for Beachbody. There's nothing wrong with bringing up Beachbody. Just don't do it all the time, and don't do it so much in your sale, like in your group invites, except for if it's the coach opportunity. So speaking of the coach opportunity, Jen, I'm not going to speak much about this because I want to refer you back to this past Monday's National Wake Up Call with Janelle Summers, because she talks all about the coach opportunity, and I took like 5 pages of notes. She was incredible. I had to go back over it because she was talking so fast, probably like I am, that I couldn't get all those notes down. So if you haven't listened to it, listen to it. She does a great job at talking about how to post about the coach opportunity. But a couple things I do want to touch on is, I mean, it's nice to just say, oh, why don't you be a coach? I love being a coach. It's so much fun, yada, yada, yada. If you really want people to kind of perk up and go, oh, maybe this is something I want to know about, show how your life has changed due to Beachbody frequently. A great person who does this, and it's an over-the-top thing because she's the second, she's the second top coach of the year, is Amy Silverman. If you follow her, oh my God, she does a good job because she recently moved to Puerto Rico thanks to Beachbody. And so all of her social media posts are these stunning posts of like her in a bikini on the beaches in Puerto Rico, and she just talks about her life. And it's because of Beachbody. She doesn't always say it's because of Beachbody. She shows her lifestyle. And she basically says, don't you want this? You could do that. Join me. And then she'll give you her email address, and then she'll talk to you that way. So show how your life has changed due to Beachbody. Like I said, talk is cheap. People want to see you living the coach life. You might not have a crazy story like Amy Silverman. You might not be able to afford to move to Puerto Rico, but you can post about paying off a credit card, maybe buying back to school clothes for your kids and not having to save up for months or put it on credit. Christmas gifts. You're not going into debt because you can afford to buy Christmas gifts. Maybe you were able to save up to go on vacation without having to use any other pay because of Beachbody. Or maybe it's not a financial thing. Maybe it's because you spent more time with your family now. Maybe you were able to quit your job so you can spend more time with your family. Maybe it's a success story of, why are you a coach in the first place? It's because you wanted to help people. So talk about recognition. Talk about the people that you're helping. Talk about your team. Show how much fun it is to be a coach. All of these pictures of us in Nashville. I'm going to be posting about the Bahamas. That's the coach life. And I want to just hashtag that coach life and have everybody show amazing photos of how their lives have changed since they became a coach. That's what I want to do. But just show them how Beachbody has changed your life, and then ask, do you want to join me? Does that sound like something that resonates with you? Let's talk. Or I'm mentoring 5 women, or whatever you want to do. Okay. Don't talk about Carl. Don't talk about top coaches. Some people know some of the trainers. Don't talk about them because most of the time they don't know who they are. Yeah, Carl called me last week, but you know what? I didn't say, hey, Carl Deckler called me and expected everybody to know. I said the CEO of the company that I love just called me on the phone. That was awesome. And that's what you want to do, because then you can say, oh my God, she got a call from the CEO of the company just to thank her for helping other people. That's amazing. That's what kind of makes people stand out, right? So show people how Beachbody has changed your life. That's what you want to do. And do it frequently, like once a day, every other day, whatever you can think of. Which actually gave me a really great post that I want to do for tomorrow's date nights, because I never would have thought to go on date night. Beachbody has helped me to have a better marriage, which is weird, but it happened. I never would have thought to go on a date night with my husband had I not been a coach, but because of the community of my team and of our upline and such a strong commitment that Molly has to her marriage and her friends, and all of that has come down to us, that I made sure we did this before we had Quentin, and I am so glad we did. And I think our marriage is stronger, all the stronger for it. What a weird thing to happen for being a Beachbody coach, but it did. So I'm totally gonna do a post about that tomorrow, I think. So a few more things. I told you I have a lot of things. We're gonna get more technical at this point in time. So I gave you like what types of things to post, but now I want to talk about the posts themselves. What do your photos look like? When you scroll through all of them, what do they look like? Are they pleasing to look at? And I know you probably have a sweaty selfie up there and they're not always pleasing to look at, but still. Are you making an effort? Are you making an effort, or are you just like holding the phone up? Or worse, where's my phone? Pet peeve. This is the selfie down here, up. You see up their nose? Or they don't care, they're not smiling. Like, yeah, I really love being a coach. That's what I see. Oh, I hit it. That's not pleasing to look at. I'm sorry, guys, but this is your business here. This is your business. You need to make an effort. If you've got time, put on a little makeup. Even if you don't like makeup, I'm not saying go whole hog, but like look half decent. Find some flattering light. Like, I cannot tell you down here, you've seen me down here a lot. There's no flattering light down here. But when I do a sweaty selfie, I cannot tell you for like 2 minutes, I'm like walking around like this, trying to find at least a little bit of that good lighting. And then you can kind of fix it up in some apps and stuff. I'm not asking you to be a photo expert, but I'm asking you to make an effort. Don't be lazy. Don't just be like, oh, I haven't put up a post today, so I'm just going to snap a pic and throw it up there and hope that somebody sees it. This is why nobody's engaging with your posts, because they know you're being lazy about it. They know you, because when you're being a lazy poster and you're just taking photos for the sake of taking photos, they know it. They know that it's showing other people that you don't care. And if you don't care about how you show up, how are you going to care about how they show up? It's going to show that you don't care about their goals, because you can't even care about yourself. So, and I know it seems silly because these are photos, but it really is a reflection of how you feel about your business. So I'm going to take a little bit of, like, just 1 minute. I'm going to give you a little bit of selfie 101. And it weirds me out to say that I'm giving you a selfie tutorial because it's a selfie. But to be honest, if you're a coach, you're in the business of selfies. We all know it. This is why we had a selfie stick as part of our, the team cup in August, which mine's upstairs. I was gonna, oh no, it is down here. You don't need a selfie stick. I rarely use that thing. But I'm gonna give you like the simplest selfie 101. I always get complimented on it, so I guess I'm pretty good at it. It doesn't take much, but it does take a little effort. So you just need your phone. I don't care what phone you got. Just get your phone out. And like I said, you're not going to be taking photos like this. I kind of talked about it a while ago in like a video thing I did for you guys. It's the same thing. You never take a photo down here ever, because nobody needs to see up your nose, and it's terribly unattractive. And you are all gorgeous people. But come on, this is not attractive. What's also not attractive is this. Or I even spread my legs when I did that because I couldn't help myself. You want to bring it up here. You don't want it up here. I'm sorry. Like, I've seen people do them up here, and I'm like, I don't want to see your cleavage. I want to see your face. So, I mean, it might be a little bit up. It might be right here. Usually I do it a little bit on an angle. And then the other thing you want to do, and it's the big one, smile. I cannot tell you how many coaches put up photos, selfies of themselves. They're not even smiling. No one's going to stop at your picture if you're not smiling. I don't care what amazing insights you have to say on your photo. If you're not smiling, I don't stop. I don't stop to read your stuff because I'm like, this person doesn't even look like they want to be here. So I'm not going to stop and read what you post. And I'm not saying it's any of you guys, but it might be. And I'm telling you right now, if you're not smiling, unless the post is about you having a bad day, you better be smiling. Because you're a beacon of inspiration and motivation to people. This is your job. And I'm not saying you have to be unrealistic. Like I said, you can talk about having a bad day and you don't have to put a smile on your face. That's okay. But if you're talking about you just did an awesome workout, if you're talking about how Beachbody changed your life, you better damn well have a smile on your face. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. So you want a little bit on an angle. You want to make sure you smile. You want to look at the camera like this, not your face. Make sure you're looking at the camera. I am not a fan of my teeth. I actually don't really, it's the one thing I really am not a fan of is my teeth. But try to have an open mouth smile, like smiling like this. I like it, but people always ask me what's wrong when I do that. Like, is there something wrong with your teeth? So I had to learn to smile even though I don't really like my teeth. Open your teeth, like a big toothy grin, because you know what happens? It automatically makes other people smile. And you want people to stop on your photo. So if you have a big toothy grin, people are going to stop and look at your page. And guess what? Like I said earlier, when they're flipping through the phone and you got a big toothy grin and they go, oh, that's such a nice smile. All of a sudden, the magical elves of Facebook are going, oh, she paused. And then they're going to start putting more of your photos up on their feed. So smile. Ding. It's like your magic. It's magic. Smiling is now magic on Facebook because it's going to ensure that you get into other people's feeds. Okay? And the only other thing I want to mention about selfies is to don't put it out here like this. Like you sometimes see the arm, you don't need to see the arm all the time. Like you'll adjust the angle according to you and find good lighting. Try not to have all of this darkness on. I wear glasses. You'll find in a lot of photos I take it off because I don't want this glare. I'm only has this glare up and I only have my glasses on because I need to read. But any other time you notice, I normally take my glasses off unless I find that there's no reflection. So find decent lighting. Try to do it during the daytime if you can and face away from the window. You're going to get the best lighting. If you have the window behind you, you'll get backlit and you'll get all white and pasty or you'll get completely dark. So if the window's here, you want to take the photo from this angle. This is why you almost never see me take photos down here with these in the background. It's because I'm always trying to face this way because the sun's shining in this way. So find the best lighting, take a bajillion photos in different angles and pick one. Yeah, I know I'm making you actually work for your selfies, but trust me, you're here because you want people to engage with your photos. This is what you got to do. Sorry, not sorry. A few more things because we don't have a lot of time. Do your posts provide value? Are you just throwing up a picture and saying, did my workout today? And that's it. There's no value to that. You might inspire one or two people because you do it maybe daily, but that's about it. Like I said, don't be a lazy poster. Be intentional. Are your posts entertaining people? Are they making them laugh maybe? Are they inspiring people? Are you talking about your journey or the journey of someone else because you're sharing someone else's transformation story? Are they motivating? Are they motivating other people to want to get up and go? What are they doing? Are you helping other people? Are you helping other moms feel good about themselves? Are you helping, maybe you go to church and maybe you're helping other people connect with God. Like be intentional, give them value. And again, value isn't always like some grateful, meaningful thing. It can entertain people. I just threw up a post about scary shit kids say. And people love that. I loved it. I want to hear more about it, but that's giving value because you're entertaining people, right? So be intentional with your posts. And the other thing is if you only have the same half dozen people commenting over and over and over, and that's frustrating you, it has nothing to do with your post. It's because you're not building your contact list. You need to actively be seeking new contacts every day, or else you're just preaching to the choir. You just got the same people who are seeing your posts over and over and over again. It's probably your friends and family. So you have to make adding new contacts your priority every single day. Every day. That's the only way you're going to get new people who want to be it's just common sense. It's the only way you're going to get new people who actually want to join you in your challenge groups. So constantly add to your list, go into your friends list, and then you can click on find friends and it'll show you a list of mutual friends or people you may know. Start going through that list. I've been doing that a lot lately. And check out the people who have 1 or 2 friends or more that are mutual friends with you. As long as they're not a coach, then just check their profile. If you think they're cool, add them. A lot of them will add you back. Some might not. Who cares? Just keep adding them. I added somebody the other day. She's like my like page today and she shared one of my photos. Awesome. Just because I added her as a friend because we have like 20 people in common. I don't know who she is. So I just added her. So you must be adding to your contact list regularly, or else you're just preaching to the choir and you're never going to get any traction on those posts. So, like I said, social media is your business. Yes, you're a coach, but if you're working online exclusively or online 90% of the time or online at all, social media is your business. It's your responsibility to learn how to use it effectively. I did not just know this stuff. I've had to teach myself this stuff over the years, and I'm still not an expert because things change constantly. I took it upon myself to learn this because I knew it was my business. You have to do the same. You have to take ownership over your business, and that means learning how to use social media. Invest in a course, learn from top coaches because they all took media training. A great thing you can do, and I do this all the time, is I'll go to YouTube and I've subscribed to all the top 10 coaches in the company, and they almost always upload their team calls and other training videos. They have tons on social media training. Watch them all. 3 people I want you guys to write down that you guys can look for social media work. Our beloved Shalene Johnson. She has the Marketing Impact Academy. This chick is a social media maven. She knows where it's at when it comes to social media. So follow her everywhere. And if you want to invest in something, invest in her Marketing Impact Academy when it comes out. Gary Vaynerchuk, who we're going to see at Summit this year. I don't know if he's going to talk about this, but you guys need to get pumped because this guy is the social media king. This guy is where it's at. If you want a book to buy, it's his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. It's going to go through all the major social media platforms that were current when he was doing it, which was still quite a while ago, or not that long ago. Oh God, we're almost done. And then he takes you through all of the social media platforms and he breaks them down for you. Another person is Amy Porterfield. Amy Porterfield. She's got a great podcast out there. So look at all of their stuff. Hopefully we won't get kicked out, but I just want to let you know this is all about consistency and patience. The compound effect is in effect when it comes to your social media training. People are watching. They're just waiting for you to quit. So show them that you won't. Show them that you won't quit. You're not going to quit, and you could do that by showing up every day, inviting all the time. Okay, I'm going to cut it at that because I'm going to be stopped any second now. If you have any questions, post it on our page. I'll be happy to help, and I'll throw up some of these notes for you guys tomorrow as well. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Sorry it was really fast. I had a lot to cover. Hope you guys got a lot out of it, and I will chat with you guys later. Bye.